Oy, oy, oy! KNBR 1050. Your home of the Damon Bruce Show, noon to 3. KTCT San Mateo. A Cumulus station. From atop the downtown San Francisco skyline, it's the Damon Bruce Show. Now, here's Damon Bruce.
Welcome on back to a second hour. It is In Studio Thursday, and right now a founding member of A Tribe Called Quest and one of the great MCs of my lifetime from one of the great bands of my lifetime, regardless of genre, Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest in studio. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, man.
Man, this is incredible. I'm sure you don't remember it at all. A couple of years ago, I bumped into you at CSN Bay Area. You were in to do Chronicle Live, and I tried to play it cool. I must have, because I didn't assault you in any way, shape, or form. Literally, this is meeting someone who has played an incredibly large part of my life. I had Midnight Marauders stuck in my first car's ever CD player from the day it came out to about 3.5 years afterwards. Didn't come out once, not once. I'm a huge Tribe fan.
Thanks, man.
And it is awesome to have you in here. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. God is good. You know, I'm here.
Tell me a little. First of all, finding you. It's elusive. I don't know. Where are you? Where's your home base right now?
I have a home in Atlanta still. I've been there since '93, but right now it's my summer home because I'm here in the East Bay.
Nice.
24/7.
What brought you to the East Bay?
My wife is from West Oakland.
Then that'll do it.
Yeah, Raiders. You know.
Now, have you gotten into the Bay Area scene? I mean, I know you're a New Yorker. I know you're a huge, Knicks fan. Mm-hmm. Have you embraced the Bay Area sports scene? Because we're kind of going through the golden age out here right now.
I mean, growing up in New York, I was a big Ronnie Lott fan. You know what I mean? Montana, all of that, Jerry. You know, so I used to like the 49ers, but living here now, I'd say I support the Warriors more so than everybody else in the Bay Area.
Did you get to a couple playoff games this year?
No, I didn't. I went to a couple games during the regular season, but I didn't get to any playoff games. But I support the Warriors aside from the Knicks and the Lakers because my favorite Knick is now the coach here, Mark Jackson. So.
Mark, I tell you, yeah. I bet wrong on Mark Jackson, man. I thought that the Warriors needed an experienced coach. Right. I thought they needed somebody who had been there and done that, not so much like Don Nelson had, who had been there and done that so many times he didn't give a damn anymore.
Yeah.
But Mark Jackson has turned it all around. I hope he continues his upward climb with Mike Malone leaving as his assistant to go up to Sacramento.
Yeah, I thought it was going to take a minute, just like it's going to probably take a minute for Jason Kidd in Brooklyn. But you have to think, Mark Jackson played under the likes of Rick Pitino, Lou Carnesecca in college, Pat Riley, Larry Brown. Those are incredible coaches. I think all of them in the Hall of Fame right now, matter of fact. So I know he would take something from each one of them and adapt it to the Golden State Warriors. He's all about defense. Now, when he played, he wasn't the quickest guard. He wasn't the best defensive guard, but his basketball IQ was always crazy, through the roof. You know what I mean? So I thought he'd do a good job eventually, depending on who they drafted, who they got via free agency, things of that nature. And hopefully they'll get Landry back because he was a big part of the success this year.
The choice between Landry or Jack is no choice at all, man. They got to bring back Landry. It's going to be tough to do, though. Because he can fetch about $8 million on the open market. Warriors are trying to pay him $4 million. So that's what having a big year will do. Being part of a playoff run definitely pays off. We've got Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest here. He lives in the East Bay now. I'm glad you're on that Warrior bandwagon. Mark Jackson is there. Obviously, you got a lot of Knicks in your heart. I saw you tweeting about the alternate jersey that they might be rocking next year.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. But I'm hoping they do a black one. A black one would be nice.
So I'm guessing that your in-closet jersey game is pretty tight.
Yeah, it always has been since like I started my collection in like 90. You know what I mean? So I fell off a little bit, but a lot of people who collect jerseys, they can't touch what I have. Oscar Robertson, Pat Ewing, a Charlotte Larry Johnson, some Grandmama kicks. You remember the Converse React?
The Converse Reacts.
So my closet is pretty much Mitchell and Ness Foot Locker champs and then some. You know what I mean?
I bet it is.
I call it the Phife Dome. Word. Yep.
That is awesome. What now that the Knicks actually have a real rival, because it never felt like Knicks and Nets were rivals until the Nets get to Brooklyn. Man, how do you feel about the Brooklyn Nets kind of stealing a lot of the Knicks' thunder?
They didn't steal no thunder for the simple fact we made it further in the playoffs than they did. You know what I mean? Now that Jason Kidd is the head coach, because remember, they fired Avery right after Christmas. The Christmas game against Boston, they fired him right after that. So the thunder was gone. Because when they hired P.J. Carlissimo, I kind of laughed and was like, this ain't Seton Hall 89. You know what I mean? But P.J. did a good job. You know what I mean? And I think they'll be better off now. It's going to take a minute with Jason. But I think Jason is in good hands because him and Deron Williams are like this. It's not like Deron Williams, Jerry Sloan in Utah, or Deron Williams and Avery Johnson. You know what I mean? Deron Williams and Jason Kidd are like best buddies. You know what I mean? So I think they'll do fine. We'll see who they draft tonight. I'm not sure who they're going to take. They're talking about mock drafts have said Tim Hardaway Jr. We'll see what happens. Or the Russian kid or whatever. But it's going to take a minute. It's still our city, though, man. It's still our city.
Have you ever seen a draft with less certainty than this NBA draft? I mean, we have no idea who's number one.
No, I thought 2003 was great. I thought 96 was great. I even thought 2005 was going to be great because that was Chris Paul, Raymond Felton, Deron Williams. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool draft. But I actually like this draft. A lot of people was calling it weak. What I call it is interesting because I don't know who Cleveland's going to pick. It could be Alex Len, the center from Maryland. It could be Nerlens Noel, but, you know, he had the Achilles, so you never know. And then they might shake up the whole draft by either trading their pick or drafting Otto Porter, who I originally thought would stay in D.C., being that he's leaving Georgetown, and go with the Wizards.
Yeah, if he falls to 3, he's definitely going to be a Wizard. There's no doubt about that. I'm telling you, man. I think I'd love to see my man Victor Oladipo shock the world and go number 1 tonight.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to see it.
You never know, because that'd be a nice backcourt, Kyrie Irving and Victor Oladipo. You know, that'd be a nice backcourt. But he's my favorite player in the draft, along with Porter and Trey Burke.
We got Phife. It's just very cool to just be sitting here with you. I can't even tell you the hours of my life I've spent listening to this voice, and now it's here. It's in front of me. I'm excited about it. We're going to take a real quick break right here, Brad. When we come on back, I want to talk about the high school recruiting you've done in New York. I want to talk about the other sports that have captured your imagination here lately. I noticed that you're rocking a Blackhawks hat. I like to see that. He's got that going on, and then we have to get into what I think is one of the more important musical bands of all time. Can we jog down the road?
I'm here for you.
Oh,
so